Okay, so today it's 7:43 in the p.m. on November 21st, and I saw Wicked today. I have not seen the Broadway show. I haven't seen a video of it. Oh, my water's dripping if you can hear it. I, I've tried over the years to watch the Tonys. I watched the Macy's Day Parade, so if I heard those songs, it would have been like that. There's one song I realized anyway. So I don't know how good of an adaptation it is compared to the show. John Chu, I know he did some movies. I Crazy Rich Asians I didn't like. What am I saying? But In the Heights I loved. I saw it, liked it. The more I watch it, the more I love it. And I'm like, when I think about everything that went together to make that movie, it's a lot. So I was already impressed, right? So, spoilers, I gotta go check that water. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I just said spoilers. I'm saying it again. Gonna read through my notes, okay? Wicked Universal black and white logo. I don't remember, like in the old days, did we even see what studio it was? I don't remember. Oh, anyway. The Time Dragon Clock. Yeah, I just was scribbling down everything I think. I don't know what that was about. Which is funny because I was just reading about how Joe Rogan is a dragon believer. And he put that in his bio. Anyway, report about Dorothy's victory. Yeah, so it was like there was a news report or something about what happened. I said the initial CGI looked good. Why am I getting goosebumps? Laugh out loud. Yeah, I don't know the story and stuff like that, but I don't know. I started getting goosebumpy. I'm telling you, I'm not psychic, but I get a lot of vibes. And there's a point where I got some vibes, and I knew what to do. I loved In the Heights, by the way. So let's go. No opening credits, I said. I really hope the kid is healthy. Oh, yeah. She's very thin. And I don't like to pick on that because you think, oh, you're fat and you're making a... it's just when people are so thin on screen, we were always told years ago that the camera adds 10 pounds. You see somebody who looks really skinny, and that's with 10 added pounds, and you say to yourself, okay, well, but anyway, as long as she's healthy, it's okay. I don't like Remind Men. Okay, I was worried. Alright, so I've talked before about the different I go to a AMC theater that's inside the mall in the town next to where I live, and been going there. It was when it was a General Cinema. They redid it in installments over the years, but there's 11 screens, and I want to say the screen, the room I was in, to the auditorium I was in today, is my least favorite. The problem is that every time I go in there, it's freezing. Now, today, it's rainy, and it was probably, I don't know, somewhere in the 50s or 60s. I had on this, and my jacket. And a scarf. I took the jacket off, but I still had it kind of over me, And it's multiple points while I was watching it, I got cold, and I was like, God, that theater. I don't know why that theater is always cold. In the middle of summer, it's freezing. One time it was summertime, so I had a hoodie with me, knowing that it could be cold, but I have flip flops on, regular t-shirt, and I was like, I needed socks, I needed a blanket, you know what I mean? And I complained, and they're like, well, somebody else just came and said it was hot. And I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Because, I guess they have one thing for all the theaters. Like, one thermostat. So if the other theaters are hot, it's I don't know. But that auditorium, too, is always cold. And there were a couple times where it was obvious that the air conditioning came on. So, or whatever air filter thing makes it cold in that room. And also the walls, and this goes back to how it was before they did the refurbishment. Before they even made it AMC, maybe. For whatever reason, the walls are two-tone. on the sides, and the top half is like glossy black. So that just makes it like not like you need matte black paint for everything to be blacked out, or some kind of other soundproofing that's just a solid, not shiny color, so that you can just focus on the screen. But it makes my eyes anyway go to the side. It's just that room. I still don't know why. But anyway, so yeah, so the point is, it was at a disadvantage because I don't like being in that theater. It's not the worst one lately, because Auditorium 4, there's something wrong with that one. The lights don't go all the way down. And another one, the screen's kind of messed up, so they need a little bit of refurbishment. But the Wicked Die Alone, I'm like, oh great, they're talking about me, right? I feel offended because I intend to die alone. But you know what I mean? It's like, I don't think I'm wicked. I guess I am. He cast talent throughout, so yeah, I was noticing that everybody was talented. It seemed like people who could actually sing, proper singers from Broadway shows or whatever. Getting slightly dizzy. So yeah, in the very beginning they were doing like one of those camera things where it goes like, I don't want to say it follows the people, maybe it almost goes in the opposite direction of the people, but like you're spinning in the room, and that made me lose dizzy for a second. What's that say? Looks like the Niblets version of the Jolly Green Giant. Okay, so, oh, Sprout! I could not remember. I just remembered his name just now. So the Jolly Green Giant, you just for like string beans and stuff, right? And then there was the little one. I think it was for the Niblets cans, and he was little, and his name was Sprout. So I was like, she looked the baby version of, I don't even know how to say her name. It's terrible, but like I said, I don't know this musical, and it was a different kind of a name. But look, the baby, when it was a baby, looked like Sprout. The bear is gonna, what kind of a people? Oh, your baby comes out green, so let the bear raise it. Yeah, Harry Potter. So, and then there's, okay, so it seemed like her powers were coming out when she was upset, like Harry Potter. And then was this the other kid's name? Something Rose. And I was like, is she gonna be the Wicked Witch of the East? The little kid in the chair? I don't know. So that's card 1. Oh, by the way, look. I had my markers in my bag, so I used green. Is that the Wicker Witch of the West? Yeah, at one point they had this like big, like wicker looking witch that they set on fire, and I love the Wicker Man. So I was saying, is that a reference? If it is, awesome sauce. No one mourns the wicked. I'm like, come on already. I'm not worried about that. I personally, the idea, and this is why I am not one of these people, the idea of being in a hospital bed on your deathbed with your family surrounding you when you die, I have so many issues with that, but whatever. Oh, here are the credits. And then he said, oh, this bee is gonna fix her. Oh yeah, so she was being nice, like a pretend nice roommate, friend, or whatever. Like she was, oh, I'll help you not be green or whatever. And it's just like, you kind of hate people like that. And then I said, no one can hurt you as much as your parents. Yeah, her father was a total piece of garbage. And it was like, why do you hate the kid for being green? Unless you think it's somebody else's kid, which a lot of people do that, and it's possible they are somebody else's kid. Like, how could the kid come out green? I'm not green. You know what I mean? Whose kid is this? Oh, how does the kid have blue eyes? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But yeah, the parents do all the damage. You could get bullied at school. People can be mean to you, whatever. Life can suck, but nothing does the damage parents. Why didn't she go to that school? Yeah, why wasn't she going to that school anyway? Before all this shit happened. I said her dad needs to die. Well, I mean, yeah. Michelle Yeoh. What was it, Madame Marble? I wrote down Marble, but I looked it up. It's like Marble or something. What is this? And I'm like, Shiz University. Doesn't Shiz mean poop? Oh, that's the bearded lady. Forgot her name. Yeah, I don't think she really sang in this. From This Is Me. Look out, 'cause here I come. Her. Just as a light gulch. I don't know what gulch really means, but they said gulch. Gulch being the name of the Wicked Witch of the West when she was a real person in Kansas. Law and Order's on. Their dad is the governor. She already does magic. Naturally gifted. They're gonna hate her even more. Is she taking the credit or taking the blame? Yeah, when Michelle Yeoh was like, oh, I did that. I didn't know she was good or bad at that point. Like what she was pretending to be. Looks like, Michelle looks like, which doesn't mean looks like. Michelle, I should have said sounds like a weak singer, but it's okay. Okay, so card 3. She looks great. Was she the first martial artist to win an Oscar? I was thinking about, everybody makes a big stink about, oh, this person's the first, you know, whatever race they are, or whatever kind of thing. And I was saying to myself, I mean, she counts as a martial artist, right? An acting Oscar, I mean, you know? I don't know. Cynthia sounds young. The music on this sounds basic-y. So yeah, so right away I didn't like the only gripe I end up really having is the music itself. Like, okay, and I'm saying to myself, there's probably a word. All right, so you hear a song, right? There's the music that's being played on instruments, and then there's the lyrics. So I didn't like the music on instruments parts for most of the songs in the movie. You know, I found it very basic-y. The lyrics were great. They sang great. But, you know what I mean? I like the meanings of the songs, but it sounded like stuff I've heard a million times before, like very Broadway show tuney. Like, you can't say, okay, it's exactly that other song, but, you know what I mean? Very basic-y anyway. So I said, yeah, she's great. I didn't like the song. Nope. Well, yeah, I said, who are, Ariana's parents, her character's parents. I'm going to call them Ariana and Cynthia because, you know, I can't hear your... Actually, I thought my handwriting was better than this. I can't hear your guesses because this is a letter. Yeah, she said some dippy things. They sound great together. They really did. And I said on another thing, I said on Letterboxd or something, like when they sang together, like sang at the same time, it sounded like they became like a mega angel. Right? It was really awesome. I'm surprised my handwriting's this bad this time. Yeah, so I don't know what happened to my handwriting. But yeah, when that goat teacher came, I started to recognize his voice. I'm like, I think that's Peter Dinklage. And I didn't know he could sing. Then this other guy shows up, who's like the romantic lead guy. And I saw a clip of him or something. I was like, oh, who's that guy? I don't know him, but I immediately liked him. He sounds pretty good. I was like, give that guy, what do you call it? 100 picture deal. I'm like, he's just a cad, like he's just a male slut. It's not like, you know what I mean? He's being particularly horrible in any way over here. Prince Fiero. I like him already. Oh, he's something. Like, you know what I mean? He's got a lot of star quality there. Yeah, and I said they're all great. It's just the songs, the lyrics are fine. The music was just, like I said, it never stopped being basic as far as I was concerned. She's gonna carry this party, like carry meaning pull a carry and just burn the party alive. I said it's fine if the songs are basic because this is for kids, and that's the thing about Wicked. Like, I heard about Wicked for a long time. I don't know how it may have started when I still lived in New York. But I just remember thinking it was a kids show. It was a show for little kids. You know. Okay, I heard the song. I think the popular song, Popular. I've heard that, and I think I've heard it because Aaron Tveit sang it. Like at one of these things, like I watch a lot of YouTube stuff for people. Like, I like good singers. I would have gone to Broadway all the time had I had the money. When I have gone in my life, it's mostly been to see an actor I already like as a movie star. Aaron Tveit, I didn't know him. I liked him when I went to see Les Mis. I didn't think the leads were that great singing, but I thought that's how I saw him first, and then I ended up liking him. Saw him on Moulin Rouge in Boston before it went to Broadway. So I'm a fan of his. That's how. And like I said, these people, they do little performances here and there, and then somebody will videotape it and put it on YouTube. So I did a lot of watching that of people I like. Yeah, so at some point I stopped taking notes. I had a fifth card. I don't know what I did with it. But, I love Jeff Goldblum. I've loved Jeff Goldblum since before everybody else loved Jeff Goldblum. I hope he was doing that little bit of dancing because it was in shadow. I'd be like, come on, don't, you know, don't. Michelle Yeoh I liked, but she got slightly annoying on her Oscar run. I was fine with her winning, even though in that movie the only person I really wanted to win was Data. I just forgot his name. I don't want to say it wrong. I know it's Key something. Data. But yeah, so as the movie was going, like, I felt like, because I didn't like the music, I said, you know, the movie seems great. Everything looks kind of perfect. Looks like it's staged perfect. I had high expectations because of In the Heights. And I was starting to say to myself, you know, okay, so I don't like the song, so I'm going to have to take a point off. And then as the movie kept going, and it kept getting better in terms of the execution and everybody singing and the perfection of it. And that Oz, the great and powerful Oz, the way they did it, that was scary. But all that was just getting perfecter and perfecter. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll only take off half a point, which I don't do half points, like, but, you know, because the rest of the movie was gaining steam as far as I was concerned in terms of quality, that this thing, because that's the musical, that's not, they didn't write the music for this movie, it was already written for the musical. So had I seen the musical years ago, I would have been like, you know what I mean? This is my first real experience listening to this stuff. So for me, I was like, you know, but since this has nothing to do with the movie, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just take off a quarter of a point. And it kept, as it kept going and getting better, then by the end, I'm like, forget it. I'm giving this a 10 out of 10 because there's no way. There's no way. I was shooketh. You understand? I started to tear up and tear down because I understood the achievement it was. I appreciate it when I go and I see real quality stuff and somebody really knows what they're doing and they really bring it and they worked really freaking hard to have this. That doesn't just happen. I suppose you could be talented, but not that whole bunch of stuff. And the way it builds up and everything, I didn't know it was half of the musical. I thought it was the whole thing. I probably heard that before and forgot. Because news that's, interesting but not super important doesn't stick with me anymore. But, so as it was building up, I'm saying to myself, it's just getting to like the last few minutes. I'm like, I feel like clapping. I think people are going to clap. People don't. Once in a great while, you get a clap. Once in a great while, it's usually a little kid at a kid's movie. At the end, because people, they don't do a lot of any reactions. Like if you, they just sit quiet and watch the movie. There's not a lot of guffawing. I don't watch that many horror movies in the theater, but you don't hear people reacting, screaming, or even laughing too much. Like they may laugh under their breath, but you don't hear like what you consider movie theater crowd vibes in the theater to be people reacting and Chuck. I'm the person that does that. I'll be the one, oh my god, and chuckling at this and being like, oh please, I'll say things here and there under my breath or whatever. Not a lot, not bad, but the reactions you expect in a theater to whatever's going on in the screen. People here just kind of just be quiet. They really just, unless somebody's misbehaving, like kids are misbehaving or people are talking to their friends. But in terms of like, you know what I mean? Like, or, any kind of, oh my god, oh no, that doesn't happen. So to get a clap is like a big deal. And I said, you know what? People are going to clap. People are going to clap. I'm like, take out your phone. Take out your phone. Get ready. I don't even know when the end is because I haven't seen this. But it felt like the end. And I'm like, get out your phone. Get out your phone. This is me talking to myself. Get out your phone. So I did. And I recorded like the last few seconds there. And people clapped and woohooed just like I thought they were going to. Then they clapped and woohooed. The last time I heard people clap and woohoo this much in the theater that I was in, it was years ago in Boston. Because Boston, people react like normal. This is a kind of place where people are very tight-lipped and stuff like that. But in Boston, and I saw quite a few movies in Boston over the years, you get reactions. But to have people clap at the end, the only time I saw that was in The King's Speech. Which I was like, the hell's wrong with you people? I was like, they must all have a fear of public speaking. I just thought the movie was mediocre, but people clapped at the end. That's the last time I remember being in a theater in this state where people, had a reaction like that to a movie. So, I don't know. I went on Letterboxd. It didn't seem like that many people were as enthusiastic as I am, but like I said, I came out of there, and then I got more of a clap, and then my hair started tingling. And I was just like, I kind of can't believe it, because that was massive. To me, it was impressively impressive. And like I said, there's those little things, but that comes from the source material. Otherwise, there was maybe a thing here or there, a small thing, but the rest of it is so bombastic and amazing. And they are just so stellar. There's two women, Cynthia, is it Erivo or Erivo? I think it's Erivo. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Now Ariana Grande, I only knew her. First time I ever saw her was like on whatever that was with the camera where they showed her licking the donut. That's the first time I knew she was some kind of singer. And then she was pretty and little, and I was like, okay. And I knew she like hung around with her grandma all the time. It's just weird things you see. And I would see her on like Jimmy Fallon, these kind of shows, because like I said, I don't listen to the radio unless I'm out and about. So, she just seemed all right. She kind of has everything handed to her, so I don't expect her to be, the most wonderful human being. And then when that horrible thing happened at her concert, I was so upset because little girls, like I said, little teeny boppers going to the concert, that's like the most happy, most pure happiness. It was just the most pure emotion. And meaning a pure emotion, like just a pure love for your idol, where you just want to be happy and you're so excited. Like in Trap, we see it in Trap now with the girl in the movie Trap. And I was so mad. I was so mad that some evil person did that. And I feel like that really probably messed with her, because it's been since then that she seems really, skinny and stuff. But I can't imagine how would you feel if like your little fans came to see you, and then that happened. It's just awful. So, but like I said, I would see her. She was obviously very talented. Where I would see her come on these shows and like on Jimmy Fallon, if she was doing impressions of other people and stuff. And Cynthia Erivo, I don't know if I saw her in Harry at first or I knew that she sang first, because it was around the same time. Because I remember watching like a PBS thing and being like, wow, she's really talented in terms of singing. Because to me, show people to me are the triple threats, the entertainers. Those are the people, even if they're not my favorite, like somebody like Barbara Streisand, I will not ever pick on their place in the pantheon, because whether they're my favorite or not, I like them or not, they're my style or not, whatever, they absolutely belong there. If they get a bunch of money and they get a bunch of fame and they get all that stuff, okay. If somebody's kid and they just, walked into a job, or they're kind of okay but they're an annoying jerk, it gets tiring when you have to see. But when you see truly talented people, really doing an amazing job, and Cynthia Erivo was great. But Ariana Grande, the character is there's so much acting in that character, because it's such a character. And I really don't know if it was exactly like that when Kristen Chenoweth played it. And I do like Kristen Chenoweth. Don't ask me why. But, I'm not really a fan of, what's her name? Adele Zadim, right? I don't like the way her voice sounds. And that goes back to, what was the movie? Was she in Rent? Did I see her in Rent on Broadway? I went to Rent. I knew somebody who would like to go to shows every once in a while, so I went with her and like her friends and stuff. She was really in it, right? Right, because with Taye Diggs and stuff. But so yeah, but I probably didn't, until the movie. But I don't like that nasally kind of voice. So I'm not the biggest fan, but it was nice that they were in this. Did I ever say spoilers? Yeah, I think I said spoilers like 4 times. I forgot I said spoilers. I gotta take a bite. I'm trying to remember what else to talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and see it again. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to be seeing Gladiator 2. I don't know. I bought Gladiator for like $1 at the library. So I was supposed to rewatch it before I go see Gladiator 2. I've had it here for like 2 months. Now I can't find it. I had it in the hallway last week. I think I picked it up and put it somewhere. Like when I buy things, I leave them in the hallway, right? And I never get around to organizing stuff. So at some point I grabbed it and moved it. I don't know where it is. But I didn't like the first Gladiator, but yeah, so I think I'm gonna put these up separately. But like I said, I was super impressed, and as it kept moving towards the end of the movie, I'm like, people are gonna clap, because this is, I think I'm surprised at how impressed I am, and I don't know about myself, because sometimes I feel like maybe I overdo it now, because so many movies are so bad Then when something's really good, like I really overdo it and I'm giving things 10s when, 20 years ago I would have been giving them 8s or something. But it just kept being awesome and perfect. Those two women are perfect. Whatever else goes on in the rest of the movie, those women are perfect. I felt like the direction was perfect. Like I said, the CGI, I don't think it was very bad. There was a couple, they're animating animals' faces, so sometimes you still get an animal face that doesn't look 100% right. But in terms of compared to standard CGI right now, it looked great. Oh, the design, like the train and everything, and like I said, that Great and Powerful Oz was scary as hell. The flying monkeys, I felt bad for them. So I was trying to figure out how she ended up being in charge of them, if they think that so there were a couple things that, good thing there's this other half, because I was like, well, how does this match up with the Wizard of Oz, because like if the monkeys were mad that she used the spell and made them, why would they work for her later on, in the Wizard of Oz? So, but yeah, and like I said, I don't know if the little girl, her little sister, is the Wicked Witch of the East, or if it's going to turn out that she had some other parentage, you know what I mean, and that's why she came out green, like the dad was somebody else. And also the guy, the cool guy, like he just came out of the woods. I was like, maybe because I didn't understand the poppies thing. Like I was like, why are they not susceptible to the poppies? I didn't know she was just making everybody else fall asleep and then not him. But he seemed like a good guy, and I don't know, so I'm like, what's his deal? Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to know now since it's only half of the story, but I was like super amazingly impressed. Yeah. So it should, if it's not nominated for Best Picture, I'm just gonna slap California. Challengers, I still think should win Best Picture. But these are two perfect movies. I mean, like I said, there's the songs in, but the music in it, the way it's came. What am I saying? It's not the movie's fault. I don't, like, all these other people in the world have seen Wicked before, and they liked it with those other women probably. So they could be harsher critics or God knows what. But oh yeah, I saw that one of those critics, like Dave Ehrlich or whatever, when I looked on Letterboxd, he only gave it a star or half a star or something. I don't know why. But this is the kind of person who would have seen the original, I guess. But so yes, I don't know what everybody else's deal is. I thought I was floored with so many aspects of it. That's why I have to give it a 10 out of 10 no matter what. I will see it again. Odd thing, they had one 3D showing today, and then like 4 or 5. This is Thursday, so it's technically day 4. And they had showings last night. But they had one 3D, and then when I looked ahead for Sunday, because I keep not doing things on Sunday even though I mean to, they had like a ton of 3D showings. So I'm definitely, if I'm alive and, these idiots don't end up, I side note here, I think President Putin is a very intelligent man. I hope to God that President Trump, even though he's not inaugurated for this other term now, I hope he's talking to him and being like, look, we wanted to fix this, and they're going to try to ruin things before I can get into office. Please, I hope he's doing some stuff so that we don't end up blown away. You know what I mean? I was very afraid of the Cold War as a little kid. That's why I eventually ended up majoring in Russian, because, I was scared. And I try not to think about that anymore, because that was my big, normal natural disasters like tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff, but nuclear war, I was scared to death of it, And that went away a long time ago. When they started to kick off the stuff, I was like, no, please, why are you doing that? I do not want to go back to the bad old days. They just escalate things so fast. And it's like, I am slightly scared, you know? But I kind of believe in these two guys, President Putin and President Trump, that they're not going to let that happen. But man, are the people controlling our government right now, the ones who tell Biden what to do, they are really trying to take us right into the end of the world and just destroy this whole planet. Because even if you kill all the people, with nuclear war, you're destroying the whole planet. And I can't understand it at all. I mean, that's what real evil is, you know? And it's sad that we're at this time. It's sad that we're at this time, but hopefully something will happen. Something. But, yeah, so I hope to go back and see this in 3D. I hope to see Gladiator 2 tomorrow, whether I end up watching It's so stupid that I've had that DVD here for like 2 months or a month and a half, and I haven't watched it. I put it off. I didn't even put it off. I was just like, I got time. And now I really don't know where it is, and I feel like going to sleep. So, but, yeah, I'm not gonna, sometimes when I watch 2 movies in a row and I don't edit it and put up, I'll put them together as one review thing, but I'm gonna put this one up. I don't feel like I sound very intelligent on this, but I know what I mean, and I know all the movies I've seen, and I know how impressed I am. Like I said, In the Heights, I probably like In the Heights better. To tell you the truth, because I like the songs better. The songs are better. But like, this is so impressive. I can't even, you know what I mean? Just I at one point I was walking around. I'm like, I felt like somebody slapped me, but in a good way. Yeah. So I'll probably talk about it again at some other point, not far off into the future when I would be able to watch it at home, if the future still exists. But yeah, I probably will mention it on some other video, you know. But anyway, when I see it again, or something I forgot to talk about, or whatever. But yeah, so now I'm looking forward to a movie. I'm looking forward to the second one. I don't even know if it's due next year or when. Did they film it all at once? Oh, please tell me it's in the can, or mostly in the can, or something. But yeah, so John Chu, and I spelled his name wrong on Twitter. I thought it was John. It's Jon, and I guess he's going, or we saying the M, because he's got that M there now. But anyway, so he immediately has jumped into being one of my favorite directors. On the longer list, but still, because I'm like, no, that I was so impressed with In the Heights. I'm more impressed with this because it's just, I don't know how you do that. And I love musicals. And in terms of quality compared to other musicals, all the musicals I've seen, this is, In the Heights was up there. I mean, that crap West Side Story that Steven Spielberg made, but In the Heights is up there with the original West Side Story, Guys and Dolls, all my old musicals that I love from when I was a kid. If you count Jesus Christ Superstar as a musical, because it's a rock opera kind of, that's probably my favorite. But you know what I mean. This stuff, the quality here. I mean, I liked Cats. You know what I mean. But I like Go Big or Go Home with musicals. You know what I mean. Cast of 1,000, that kind of stuff. Busby Berkeley, all that kind of stuff. That's why this is so impressive. So, you know what I mean? I just recently, because of Joker, which I still love Joker, fully I do, I watched The Bandwagon, or Bandwagon, whatever you want to call it. I was like, what a crap movie. You know what I mean? When I was a kid growing up, I watched the Gene Kelly ones. Like I said before, I mistook Bandwagon for the scene in Easter Parade for Bandwagon. Yeah, I mean, recent musicals are pretty good. this is Moulin Rouge is like the high bar. The Greatest Showman is below this, but I love The Greatest Showman. You know what I mean? So I hate La La Land. It's total pile of crap. But yeah, this is really something. That guy, I looked up his name and I forgot it already. The guy who plays the cat or whatever he is, like the dude who's like between the two of them. He's got some kind of star quality, which is insane. Like I said, we love these people. It's just, it's outstanding in so many aspects. So, I mean, obviously, I'm recommending it if everybody was gonna listen to me to decide. But yeah, I feel like I'm not, like my brain isn't saying enough, but fantastic film. I hope to see it again many times over. I want to learn the songs, so if there's an eventual sing-along, I will go and sing along. Like I said, I sing. I don't. As this thing has been coming in the last week or so, they were saying don't sing, like don't talk, don't text, don't sing. I was like, what do you mean? Because I always sing, not loud enough. Like, you would have to be sitting right next to me to hear me, and nobody usually is. You would have to be sitting right next to me to hear me sing along to a movie, and it's not like I'm going, ah, you know what I mean? I'll just be singing like, la 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 la, like just enough for me to hear myself right where I am. But, you know, because I enjoy it. I did that with Rocket Man. I do that with movies that I know the songs already. You know, movies that you like, Joker. You know, I knew most of those songs. So, and especially as I went like the 5th and 6th time, you know, I was singing along. So, yeah. Now I'm getting to the point where I have at least 10 movies that I think are really great for this year. So this year's starting to recover, because last year was way better to this point. But I'm starting to construct my Aunties nominees. I already kind of put some of that on LiveJournal. There's one, yeah. So Ariana Grande I thought was amazing. Cynthia Erivo's great in the singing and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, that character isn't as much of a character as Ariana's is, and I know what I'm saying, because that's gonna be Ariana's role. That's gonna be, you know what I mean, that's gonna be her iconic role, unless she has another one. But you know what I mean, that character is so much of a character. It's so defined, and she's so pitch perfect in it, that when I do my nominations, I'm definitely going to nominate her individually, and I'm going to nominate the cast as an ensemble. I don't know about the other people getting any kind of supporting or featured or whatever, but like, because that character was so charactery, and she did such a spotless job, you know what I mean, she definitely is going to be on my nominees for actor. And we'll get to all that in another time.